The Arizona Starter Homes Act has been the center of discussion on housing affordability for families, but cities say they'll lose their developmental control and the bill will harm existing neighborhoods. Tonight we welcome Buckeye Mayor Eric Osborne, who can provide insight as an official of a fast-growing city here in the Valley. Mayor, thanks for being here.
Yeah, pleasure to be here. Thank you, Steve.
So there's a similar bill that Governor Hobbs vetoed in the last session. What are your concerns about that legislation that's still going forward?
Yeah, it's almost identical to that bill. I think the only difference is the change in building adjacent to defense property. So what we don't want to do is stack in densities adjacent to a loud place like a Luke Air Force Base. The issues that the cities have with the bill is, first off, we'd like it to actually be starter homes and guarantee that people that are looking for that first home have the ability to buy it and it doesn't get snatched up by an investor or a Wall Street company that's coming in and making an investment into a community. The second is the ability for our residents to have a say. So when I am a lot of times it's the legislature versus the city, and it's really not. We represent the citizens of the city of Buckeye or in any other city. I think any other mayor would tell you the exact same thing. We have gone through painstaking process to do a general plan every 10 years where the voters have the ability to say, this is what we want our community to look like. And we're required to do that by state law. That informs our infrastructure decisions. It informs how much revenue we need to pay for that infrastructure. It informs how big the roadways will be, the water, the sewer, you name it. All of it is based on that general plan. And without the ability to work within that general plan, it's a free-for-all, and we don't know what's going to be built.
Well, I'm really struck by recently the cities and towns, and by virtue of that, mayors, councils, have been blamed by a lot of people at the legislature as it relates to starter homes, saying, now wait a second, the costs that are added to this, the lack of affordability, they're putting a lot of blame on cities and towns, it seems, when this has been a national, maybe even international problem. How do you feel that that criticism has been directed? I presume you don't like it.
Yeah, it does seem like they're blaming the cities and towns. And that, a lot of times that's what happens. I can come back on that and say, look, Buckeye has been one of the fastest growing cities in the entire United States for the last 15 years. And we have been that place for starter homes. We have essentially made development easier by making more efficient processes and making sure that we have developable land, we have infrastructure in place. And costs have gone up in that time. So it's not the cities and towns that are creating the additional cost in housing. There's a lot of factors that are part of that, and many of them are completely out of our control, either as a city, a town, or a state.
And there's another piece of legislation that has at least been introduced at the legislature. How different would this be from the legislation we discussed at the very beginning of the conversation? And why do you like this one?
We like this one because it's actual starter homes, and we're excited about that. So it puts some parameters in there to make sure that the people that are buying the home are going to be the ones that are living in it, and that's very important. That's the entire intent here is to get new home buyers in and get them in the game of building equity. It also allows a little bit more control on the city side and making sure that it's not just a free-for-all and you can build garden-style apartment densities wherever you want, whenever you want. It still has some of the attributes of community in there, so the open spaces, the parks, the landscaping, and some of those requirements so that we're not building what could look like barracks in the future.
Well, there's a discussion that cities, city planners, developers, and residents, it's supposed to be a three-legged stool. I just made it four. I apologize for that. But is it possible that there can be agreement among all these groups where there is some satisfaction, some actual give and take? Or are you worried based on how the last session went, even though the governor vetoed it? And again, as we mentioned, similar legislation is still alive this time. Do you feel like the message is not quite getting through to some lawmakers?
Not quite through to some lawmakers, but we are having good discussions, and we really need to continue those discussions as these bills move through committees and through conversations. I think there's a lot of opportunity for finding some middle ground on a lot of these issues and creating something that works for starter homes and people that are coming in to buy their first home, that works for the city, the planners, the residents, and then gives the legislature the win that they're looking for.
Okay. And briefly on this one, how do you craft legislation that could apply to cities that are, or towns even, 70,000 population, and then you have the city of Phoenix? Is there legislation, less than a minute or so on that? Is there something that can come together on that?
You mean different legislation for different size cities?
Well, can you have the same legislation that encompasses a large and small city?
Yeah, that's difficult. I mean, that's why we talk about local control all the time and making sure that every city is completely different. We're very different from the city of Phoenix, who is very different from Snowflake and Taylor. Yeah. But when you make these blanket laws, everybody has to live by that. So we think the best is local control, especially when you're dealing with these local issues. We're closest to the residents and citizens that are doing the voting, and they can vote for us or not for us every 4 years.
Okay. Mayor, great to have you here. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.